Alright, this is Michael from EAK Crew Productions, and today I'm going to bring you two deck profiles. One is going to be on a deck profile called Machine King, which is not in a deck that I originally made. I did have to alter it because of ban lists and things like this, but this deck is about maybe 2 years old. It's pretty much a monster mash, but you run these three spells. Monster Born, Pot of Avarice, and Dark Hole. I'm just going to go over how the deck works real quick. So, if you just take a real quick look at the lineup, you can see that there's quite a lot of machine cards in here. You've got the Duradarks, the Fortresses, the Gear Frames, the Birdmans, the Crusher. We'll talk about Crusher in a second. Cyber Dragon, and then of course Black Salvo. And so Duradark's a great card. He's a 4-star machine dark, right? He's got a great effect because a lot of people run dark cards in the meta, so you'll actually be able to get his effect off 80 to 90% of the time. Now the other part about him that's so great is that he's 4-star dark, so he can actually be targeted by Black Salvo when we normal summon it. You know, he's like a Debris Dragon for a machine deck pretty much. And then we can go into our Black Rose plays, which boom, blow up the field and make everything new again. So that's something that's really good. Oh, and in the extra deck here, there should definitely be Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. I don't know why that's not there. I'm just skipping. Oh, anyways, so great thing. We'll just get into the Gen X Ally Crusher real quick. He's got an effect that you can get off. He's also good defense for the first turn. They run right into it, nothing happens, and then you play Duradark, destroy a card. Pretty great. But the other thing is that he is also a 4-star dark, so he's also targetable by Salvo, so we have 4 targets in the deck. Great stuff. Great stuff. Then, of course, we have the Gear Frame, because Gear Frame and Fortress, well, we all know how good Fortress is, and he's actually very good in this current meta as well. So Gear Frame takes a card, thinning our deck, and gets us a monster that's amazing. And of course, there's always attaching it to the Fortress, so that we can just really mess with our opponent's head. Then we've got the Tragodia play, which is really good. Tragodia saves us from OTKs, just like our Gores, which is right next to it, and of course the 3 Battle Faders that we run, because this format is full of OTKs, and since we're not running any traps, we don't have things to scare them into not going for them or to slow down their monster plays like that. So we definitely need the Faders and the Gores and the Tragodia. And the thing about Tragodia in this deck is that it's really beautiful, is that we have a really versatile level system here. So Tragodia is a 10-star. We've got Gores, which is a 7-star. We've got the Fortress, which is like a 7-star, or an 8-star maybe. I don't know. It's a 7-star. So we got freaking 4 7-stars right there. You got 4 stars, bunch of them. I can't even count how many. You got 3 stars. You got a 1-star for that weird chance. More 4 stars, 5 stars, 3 stars, 6 stars. I don't even know how many stars you got, bro. Probably 8, 6 stars, 1 star. So really versatile option with Tragodia to grab your opponent's monsters and just punish them to death with their monster. So Tragodia doesn't even need to be plussing from the giant amount of cards that you have in your hand. But let me tell you this, with this deck, you will find that you have a lot of cards in your hand, so Tragodia will be powerful because of its effect to grab monsters, and powerful because of its attack and defense effect. Now you have the Gores, of course, we just went on to that, great stoppage of OTKs. We've run 2 Tengu, obviously the main deck ran 3 back in the day. I still like to keep the 2 Tengu in the deck, just because I do find myself getting the play off a lot, where you go Tengu, Birdman, Tengu, Black Rose, blow up the field. Can't pass that up, it's just too good of a play. And then of course we go on to the Birdman, you get the Birdman, you can go Gear Frame, Birdman, Ditch for Fortress, the Gear Frame and the Fortress. Now you have Birdman and Fortress out on the field. Great stuff. And of course, if you have cards that were already set the turn prior, you have really good combos going off. You know, it's just really amazing the stuff that you can do. Gen X Ally Crusher, kind of got into him. He's good defensive wall. He can pop a card if you summon another dark monster, which is pretty decent effect, although he has to be face up for it to happen. But really, most important thing, salvo target for that Black Rose play. Great stuff. Faders got into them. Salvo, pretty mandatory, pretty obvious. Summon, grab, Black Rose. Cyber Dragon, easy special summon, so that we can get cards out on the field. Obviously, the Chimera Tech should be down there. He allows us to get rid of Zen mains or Zen mighties, whatever you have, whatever Zens. It lets you get rid of all the Zens. It's a good thing to ditch for Fortress. It's just a really good card. Easy special summon. You can get the Caius plays off of with it. Sangan, such a good versatile card. Help us search out so many of these monsters. Not the Tragodia. I'm not pointing to all of them, but so good. Dimensional Alchemist, great card because it allows us to get some of those removed from play monsters back, so we can actually have a field where we've already used a Fader, it's banished, and our opponent attacks into our Alchemist. We can get Fader back because when Fader dies, it gets banished, and we can stop an OTK that way, even though we'll take some damage from the Alchemist most likely. But in other scenarios, we could also. We have a Chaos Sorcerer, or we have a Blackluster. Let's say Blackluster Soldier is in our graveyard, so we remove it for the Chaos Sorcerer, so that we can special summon the Chaos Sorcerer. But then, we also have this on the field, so if he now gets destroyed at some point, we have a Blackluster Soldier that's coming back again for its second time, or maybe it got milled off somehow. So, plus card, just a plus card. Minimizes the cards in our deck by thinning it, and then gains us a card in our hand, and 1800 attack points, not too bad. Caius, great card. It sends, it doesn't destroy. You can get over so many things with this guy. Really easy to summon him in this deck. I mean, we've got the 3 Faders, we've got the Tragodia, we've got the Tengus, we've got the Cyber Dragons. I mean, come on. This guy's coming out, and he's going to wreck something when he does. Like I said, the Chaos Sorcerer removing cards and not destroying them. Same thing with BLS. Just amazing. Of course, BLS is 3,000 attack as well. And Chaos Sorcerer, don't laugh at 2,300 attack. That's really decent, this format, especially with that effect of his. The Dark Arm Dragon, seeing as how we do run a pretty big, overwhelming amount of dark monsters, but it's not so much to the point where it'll always be flooded, because look, these guys, all these guys right here are earth, alright, these guys are wind, these guys are light, that's an earth, these are all light, that's light, these are light, and these guys get removed from, the Battle Faders get removed from play, so it doesn't even matter. So, I mean, it's live most of the time. Magical Merchant, he's the reason why we run 3 spell cards, because what we do with the Merchant, we set them face down, let them attack into it, so we can get the play off, mill, till we get one of the most amazing cards in the game. I mean, that's why they're all 1-ofs, right? Because they're so dang great. We get one of those, and we milled our deck, which is great, because now we've created some live plays. We've got cards in the deck, or in the graveyard, for our Dark Arm play, for our Luster play, for our Chaos play, for our Salvo plays. I mean, it's just amazing. We've got a Fortress in the graveyard. Maybe we can make something out of that. Maybe we want to synchro with Tragodia, and now we have a target so that we can change his level. It's just great. Monster Reborn, man, just great card. Avarice, obviously, if you merge it into an Avarice, you're just plussing and Darkhold to wipe that field so you can go for the OTKs. I wouldn't say that this deck is very OTK. Actually, it can be, obviously. Boom, boom, boom. But, I mean, it's just a great deck. It's just a great deck. I would add more down here, obviously, maybe some Exceeds. I'm not too fond of Exceeds, to tell you the truth, but maybe some Exceeds. There should obviously be the Chimera Tech, Fortress Dragon, and you know what? I actually cut this into 2 videos because I didn't realize just how much fun I'd have talking about this deck. It's really great. But thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later.